What I like about Rich's model, there's two people up here that use the same model. They're not putting capital at risk. When someone goes to flip a house, they're buying it typically all cash, either their cash or someone else's. It's a lot of money at risk, even in the lower end. And if you've got 3 or 4 going, you've got over $1 million out in a declining market with bad news coming. What I love about your model is how much of your own capital do you have on the line?
Very minimal. You know, it's whatever I will spend on a particular deal for myself, but no more than 8 or 10 grand on any kind of deal. And frankly, my capital is my time. So what I do is I spend my time analyzing my capital, which is my time, and trying to make sure that I'm getting the most money for the time that I'm spending.
How many short sales do you think you'll process or close this year?
We'll get close to 80 this year. We were hoping for more, but the market is changing a little bit.
Well, the banks are not exactly approving them super fast. It's speeding up now, but they used to take forever. Still 80 transactions.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, we're going to do a lot more short sales next year, and the only thing that we're going to do different next year that we have done this year is that we are going to organize our business in a way that we're not going to take on a lot of last-minute type deals. I've always been kind of in my business, I've been known as the go-to last-minute guy. You can go to me at the 11th hour, we'll figure out a way to stop it, and stop the sale, and turn it around. And that model is not working so well these days. The banks are not being forgiving at the last minute, they're just foreclosing. It's become too much for them to handle all this last-minute confusion, so they're just foreclosing. We can't get that. So it's going to be more of a long-term
valuable business lesson. Not all leads are equal.
Right.
And when you have a limited supply of resource called time, you got to weigh the leads that you can actually close on and make some money on and help them. So once the bidding happens, if you're the high bidder, you get the property. What happens right after that?
You go up and you gotta give them your money, show them your power of attorney, all that stuff, and you get your receipt. You have to make sure that everything's legit. You get title insurance, obviously, all the insurance on it, and 14 days after, roughly 13 to 15 days, you get the deed in the mail, you record it, and it's yours. Hoping it doesn't get rescinded, obviously.
So how long do you spend at the auctions typically a day? That's why I got out of the business. Doesn't fit my lifestyle.
Well, at the auction, they go through the postponements and cancellations first. So obviously, they go through about 100, maybe 80 to 100 properties first, saying they're canceled. They go through the numbers and all that, and then you're probably down there for a good 2 or 3, maybe 4 hours.
Standing, sometimes in the hot sun. Okay, if you get the property, what do you immediately do when the sale's over and you got your receipt? You're going to do what that afternoon?
You go put insurance on it. Go. And if it's possible, obviously, if it's vacant, you can go and change the locks, knock on the door, let the people know, what the
What do you say when you go to somebody? Let's say it's hot. Do you get to do that part of it?
This is the worst part to me. Yeah. This is the worst part.
So, say that you just bought something and there's people living there and it's 2 hours later, knock, knock, what do you do? Go ahead.
You have to try and ease into it a little bit. I mean, sometimes it's a tenant, so in that case, they have no clue most of the time. If they're owner,
let's go both ways real quick for the sake of time. Say that it's a tenant and you're coming to the door. What are you going to tell us?
You just walk up and say, hi, my name is Tyrone. Sorry to come to you, with this information. However, I'm the new owner of your house. And you just kind of talk to them a little bit and ask them, what are your intentions? This is what the rules are. This is what the laws are in California. You have whatever's left on your current lease. However, of course, as investors, we want them out as soon as possible. So we try to make a deal with them. And last scenario, last resort, cash for keys. But try to not, to make that be an option.